If there was one thing I could do for the great British public and their dogs, it would be to inspire them that we can change what we're seeing every day, but we do need to work together on this. We need to be more aware of our responsibility for the species as a whole. We're one of the few countries that has the love and the resources to fix this problem, and a lot of the problem is caused by cultural trends and buying trends and lack of education.
What do you mean by buying trends and cultural trends?
So, designer dogs, the idea of a perfect breed as a family pet, that really needs looking at. So cockapoos was this big trend recently, in cockapoos and labradoodles and just crossing things with poodles. And it became fashionable because it was viral and people saw the dogs and they look cute and fluffy, and it becomes a trend. People aren't thinking about the dog, the actual species itself, and how it's evolving. And because it became a trend, first generation cockapoos were being bred with first generation cockapoos, and that starts to get genetically very messy very quickly if people aren't thinking about the broader genetic picture.
And at one point you said, I want to talk up for the species that doesn't use words. You know, what do you want to say on their behalf?
Oh, if I could say one thing for dogs to humans, it would be, have patience for me. I've had so much patience for you. I am so patient with you. And I kind of am with the client, because I see dogs have been patient with me while I've been learning about them. They've been very patient with me. And I'm so grateful, because without dogs being patient, that we wouldn't have them as such good friends. We are impatient. So have patience and take time to listen to your dog and pick up on its cues, but also make strong and confident decisions. As a decision maker, we are a massive pack, and then we've got the mini pack in your house. You know, we are a massive pack and a mini pack, and so we've got to think in terms of making strong decisions that dogs can follow, rather than watching our dogs all day and going, what are you doing now? Are you picking that up, are you? And what are you going to do with that? Are you going to bring it to me? Okay, what do I do, Vera? I'll throw it for him, shall I? Okay, throw the ball for the... What's he doing now? What's he eating that for? Stop watching your dog. Your dog doesn't have a clue what it's doing. Go and do what you're doing and your dog will follow you, you know. But they do need us to listen and watch a little bit more. If you listen to your dog and spend a bit of time watching its behaviour, it will notice, it will respect you more, and you will have such a better bond. And I think the key is not to go walking into a relationship with a dog with a rule book that has worked for every other dog that's ever passed ever. Yes, there are some common things that you can do to help your dog relax, and training tips are readily available on the internet for you to help your dog build a language that you can both use. But ultimately, your dog's going to teach you a lot. And if your dog isn't teaching you a lot, then you're not listening, because it's a conversation. And these animals deserve respect, like more respect than... I mean, I know a lot about dogs, but every day I learn something new, because they're amazing and they're all so totally different. Just like people, they've adapted to different circumstances. So it's about respect. It's about being able to look that animal in the eye and say, I don't want you at heel. I want you with me. I just want you with me. When it comes to the language we use when we're talking to dogs, a lot of it is very subservient, isn't it? Heel. I don't like heel. I never use the word heel because I saw a dog in rescue have the most disturbing reaction to that word I've ever seen, you know.
But what does the word heel say about, you know, how we want our relationship to be with dogs?
Well, that's exactly it, isn't it? The word heel itself. At my heel, dog. I want you at my heel. I don't want you close. I teach my owners to say close or with me, because that's what I want their brains to be thinking about their relationship with their dog. It's not heel, stay, you know. I say, can you wait? Can you stay with me? Do you want to stay with me? And often I will ask the dog if it wants to, because I'm not going to force it if it doesn't. I'm not going to give it any other options, but I'm not going to make it happen. I'm not going to force those bums down or force that head down. I just don't believe it's necessary. And the animal won't respect you for it. They'll look at you and say, oh God, when that person's around, I have to do things, because if I don't, I'm going to get told off. I want a dog who's like, yes, oh, she's here, and that means I can do loads of things. That's what I want in a dog, and that's what I think a lot of people do. In this day and age, there are people who enjoy the concept of their dog as like, dog, you're my slave, you're my minion. Do as I say, dog. Sit, wait, down, stay. And it's very old school, and I'm not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong with that. It comes from an old working relationship where you had to have your dog collect your food and share it with your family and not run off and eat it. That's not okay. But in this day and age, in England, we want dogs as friends. We're companions. They depend entirely on us, don't they? Because we force them to. They're not allowed to live alone or stray in England. The full potential of your relationship with your dog only comes from having that respect. Creature to creature, they didn't choose to live with you. You chose them. They didn't choose to all get put in kennels if they weren't straying. None of the dogs chose to look the ways that they look either. And so, because we've taken a lot of that choice away, we have to give dogs as much choice as we can everywhere else. I think. It's about respect, isn't it? It's just about respect. If you respect your dog and its choices and its likes and its dislikes and the fact that it's an individual, it will respect you in the same way when you ask it, hey, can you just wait? Can you just not do that for a minute? Whoa, it's a bit loud. Do you want to just leave the room for a minute? If you're going to feel that way, that's okay. Just don't do it here. And that's how you get that level of communication with the dog. It's simple.